Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV. And this is the latest episode of the Mandem Talk. We're in the building. Faz is excited. Tyrone is excited. We're here. We're live and kicking. Big up to everybody who's locked in right now. Make sure you guys like the video. That's the main thing you got to do straight away. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Mandem's channel. And yeah, let's get cracking. Hey, Jude. Listen. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. But we'll get onto that. We'll get into everything and whatnot. Let's introduce the Mandem. We got Tyrone in the building. Tyrone, what are you saying? You good?
I'm all blessed, man. We're joined. We got an extra guest today, man.
Come on, man.
We had to bring him a bit closer. Just a little bit closer. I said to last week he came back. He comes on, he scores. So then he comes closer. He scores tomorrow. He gets a bit closer. That's what I'm gonna do now. Big up everyone. Big up everyone that's there, man. Like the video. Make sure you subscribe. It's good to be on with the Mandem as always, man. And hopefully we can get one foot in the semi-final tomorrow, man. It's good to see you back, Faz, as well, man. Been a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you as well, Ty. And I think I owe you a hug. I need to see you and give you a big hug. You know. Marshall, man. Marshall.
you messaged me. Your message killed me, yeah. People don't realize, obviously, me and Faz talk when he's at the games and that. And then he messaged me during the game. He's like, Ty, I don't know a player that's made me smile and make me buzz so much, but then I hate him at the same time. What are you doing? Like, that message killed me, Faz, honestly.
You know how much pain I had while sending that message, but I said, you know what, I have to send it. I have to send that message, man. I'm glad that we're getting the Mandem talk. It feels like it's been a while, you know.
Yeah, man. 100%, man. It's been a while. Obviously, we've been here last week. It got a bit mad, but we're here, man. We're here to dive in. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got the Glazers. Third round of sales coming up. Third round of obviously bids coming up. We've got Rashford injury. He's out for a couple of games. We've got Bellingham talk. Yeah, man. Obviously, Martial maybe not fit enough to start still. But yeah, let's start off with the latest news on the takeover. and it came about yesterday. And the latest, what we're hearing, Simon Stone, who was a reporter for BBC, is close contacts with them, with Man United as well. It says he said initially hoped the sale process of Man United would be completed by the end of the season, but the additional time for new bids means that is now unlikely to happen. Let's start with you, Tyrone. Third bids now. I don't know. Listen, they could say third and final bids, but we thought second and final bids was going to happen. But now it's third and final bids. Where are you in terms of everything right now? How is your headspace around this sale of Man United?
Calm. I'm actually quite calm. I know a lot of people have been, getting agitated, but like I said to you, because of the position we're in as a football club, right? It makes the fans think differently, and I can completely get it because we've got owners that are not great owners. Let's put it out there. We've wanted them gone for a long time. They don't really care about the football club. I was at the game with you, Saeed. What was the game the other day? Brentford game, 1-0. Yeah. Brentford game 1-0. And the person in front of me, they were getting drenched because there was a leak in the roof and it was just plopping on their head every single time. And I was like, it's the basics like this that shouldn't be happening at an elite level club like Manchester United, like gaps in the roof. And it was literally right in front of me. And I was like, okay, this is the problems that everyone talks about. But for me, if we had owners like the Leicester City owners, for example, that have been setting a great example, been showing how they want to build a new training ground and stuff like that and doing everything right. If they were up for sale right now, the fans would be calm because they know they've got owners in charge that if they didn't sell in time, then it's absolutely fine. They're under control. The fact that we've got owners that are not doing the basics right and we've wanted out for a long time, have decided to put the club up for sale, we now want the sale done immediately. And that's what we want to do because we want them out. We want it to happen. Now, the first bids have been made. And obviously, of course, it's business. They're going to make second bids because they want to, bump up the price or say, you've done this and we want to add it on. Now it's got to the position where we're like, right, we're making third and final bids, or it's third bids, and it could be more. The problem I have is that the sale might not go in time for the summer, which then impacts the transfers. If I had one bugbear right now, that's my bugbear, because we was all talking about us, 3 months ago when the club went on sale, and we're thinking, yeah, it'll be done by the summer. Then we'll be able to get the players we want. We'll be able to back Ten Hag, and then we can have a full functioning team going into next season. The fact that might not now be the case annoys me, because what does that do? That annoys Ten Hag. What is Ten Hag? The manager of this football club. What has Ten Hag done this season? Practically overachieved right now with the squad he's got. So for me, I'm thinking, what could he do with a squad that could fully function with the players that he fully wants? Now, he could do great things. Now, he might not have the opportunity to do that. And that's actually going to annoy our manager that we don't want to annoy. We don't want to be in a position where our manager's getting pissed off now. As much as Ten Hag might not say anything, if he's then getting told, okay, because this is not going through, you can't then get X, Y, and Z, he's then going to be like, well, I can't sell this player even though I want to sell him because I can't get X, Y, and Z in. Then if we're struggling next season, don't then come to me saying, why are we struggling when I said I wanted X, Y, and Z? So for me, it's the knock-on effect it could have. And we don't want to piss off a manager. And I'm not swearing, of course. We don't want to annoy a manager that we know is doing the right things and we know that it can build us towards success. So for me, that's my bugbear. The other side of it is that I know we are going to sell. It's just a matter of when. So none of us know that. And people have their ideologies of if they want a Radcliffe or if they want some finance people in the background who we're not hearing names about, or they want people from Qatar to come in. But I prefer Qatar owners, despite I don't care what people say about the humanity side of things. I've seen what they've done at Newcastle and I've seen what they've done at Man City. And if they get it right, they'll get it right. But I'm calm in terms of I know that the sales potential is going to happen at some point, but I'm not in terms of the timing of it, because now it could hamper our summer, which then basically hampers our next season potentially, which we don't know yet. So that's where I'm at, Saeed, right now.
100%, man.
Big up everyone inside as well, man.
Yeah, big up everyone inside, by the way. Musa, big up to you for coming on as well. Before we bring you in, Musa, Faz, I think what Tyrone said is facts, man. You know what I mean? Everyone knows the sale's going to happen because the Glazers have made it clear they want to sell. They can't really function as a football club now. They haven't got the facilities unless they get investors in, which again, this is why they are waiting. They are waiting for anyone to come in, minority stake. Right now, no one's coming and giving that firm belief. They want to buy it as a minority stake. Where are you in it? Because you have to put into transfer window of the summer. Like, we need this to wrap up by, bro, at least late May, man. By latest. If you go into June, they have to settle in and then identify their targets and then find out what they're doing. Where are you? Where are you in terms of right now, the situation right now?
Yeah, so the first thing is what we need to understand, it's a bidding. This is what they wanted. They wanted a bidding war. A bid is when there's four parties, someone said 5, someone else said 5.5, someone said 5.7.
An auction.
That's what's happening. Nobody, right? So you've had someone who's given a bid and someone else has said, I want to increase. So there's clearly someone out there who has said, hold on, I want to pay more. I want the club more. So they are saying, okay, because look, this is not an open bid, right? This is a closed bid where you send your bids and they then see who they want to sell it to. They want to understand which party, proof of funds, blah, 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 all of this stuff. You have Jim Ratcliffe who's trying to go toe-to-toe with the Qataris. You've got people who are saying we want to invest. So they're just trying to, it's basically drumming up business. Bid again and again. Someone's going to say, listen, you're talking a couple of 100 million, another couple of 100 million. You know, the Glazers want to take as much money as possible. Don't forget, it's not about what is best for Manchester United. They don't care about that. They care what is best for our pocket. That's what's the most important thing. Doesn't matter if that's keeping or selling Manchester United. What is best for Joel and Avram Glazer's pockets? That's what they're going to pick. So now they've clearly had this interest. They've clearly told Rain Group, we've had a couple of bids. We've extended the deadline for the bids. Can we stir the pot a bit more, get some more scrapes out the bottom to try and get a couple of 100 million more, half a billion here, half a billion there? Can we do that? That's what they're trying to do. They will sell the club eventually, but look, if and when the Qatari or whoever it is stomp the ground and say, right, this is my final offer, nobody can max it, that's when they'll say, right, okay, here you go. It's just a bit of flirting that's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is very normal. You go and look at, for example, I don't know if you guys know much about property, but you go and look at big property, multi-million pound properties. That's how it works. They call someone. Someone is just about to bid this. Do you want to match it? Do you want to increase it? Do you want to do this and that? And pulling, and they might say, right, give me 2 days, I'll match the bid. Give me 3 days, I'll increase my bid. So that's how this works. But one thing for sure is the Glazers are ruining our summer. As we speak, they're ruining our
thing, though. Nobody cares about how
the transfer window. That's the bugbearer.
I want to know what amount of money I need to pay Frankie de Jong. That's what I want to know. I can't know this if these lot are doing this. They need to let us know what's going on. And okay, they want more money and whatever. At the end of the day, we're stuck in the middle. We can't ask for a multi-billion pound transaction to go fast. We can't. It don't work like that. These are billions of pounds. These things are going to take time. We just have to be patient. But I just pray that when the new owners come, and if they end up coming in the right time, that they are prepared to spend in the summer. Because guess what? What if they're not prepared to spend in the summer? What if they're not?
And can I want to just add on a little bit of salt onto that as well. If you think about what you just said in terms of the Qataris as an example, say that's my final bid and I want to, that's it, I'm done. That then eliminates, say there's 4 or 5 people that they're saying is in the bid at the moment. That eliminates one. But then you have the other 3 that are continuing to bid. Then that means there's a round of bids now at the April the 28th, whatever it is. And then what if 4 more, 3 or more of them say, I want to stay in. Then they do another round of bidding.
Yeah.
There's no time limit to when these people are bidding.
No.
And that's another issue.
In addition to that, this transfer situation, you just have to look at our, neighbors up the road, Newcastle. Newcastle owners ain't spent hundreds of millions of pounds, and they are one of the richest, if not the richest people in the world. They bought Isaac and a couple other players here and there, did a couple of things. They've not bought loads of players. Let's be honest with ourselves, and they really can spend. Go and look at the FFP. They can spend hundreds and hundreds of millions, but they haven't. They bought one striker and here and there, and that's it. Same with us. The most important thing is we just want the Glazers, to be out of the club as soon as possible, and as with less collateral damage to the organization. Just take your money and leave. But the fundamental thing is they're just trying to drum up business. That's all they're doing, and anybody else in the position would do the same.
Musa, what are you thinking about all this? Because obviously the money side of it now, you know what I mean? It's like we don't really care, innit? We just want the club sold. You know what I mean? Obviously, we now have to worry about the summer, innit? Because that's where the key thing is. That's where Ten Hag really builds his team. Where are you in terms of the whole situation? Do you actually believe the Glazers are going? Like, because it's okay to think that they might stay after all. You know what I mean? If they want to see the football club is not, it's not, they might think, after winning something, we want to stay. But where are you in terms of it all?
I think it's quite difficult, man. I think when you look at United and where we are now, a lot of us want a quick sell and we want it as quick as possible. The last bit of information that I saw this morning earlier, they were talking about that they're confirming that these will be the last final bids, or is that changed?
That's what they say. This should be, but again, that bid there, the owner, was it the Qatari guy? He wanted more time, so he got more time. So they gave him more time. So it's all dependent as well on Jim Ratcliffe and also.
Because I think though also this works out for them, because if they're saying this is the last and final bid, they're also letting the bidders know that we're happy to stay. Like, this is the last time we're giving you lot a chance to come and take this club off us, or we're gonna chill. So I don't think it's one-way traffic in terms of like they're just trying to say it's like these are the last bids and they might prolong it because they need to. I don't think the Glazers need to. And I think also something that you spoke about there in terms of, we want to buy players and, are we going to spend a lot of money in the summer? But when we look at it, and if we're honest with ourselves, Man United are some of the top spenders in the Premier League already and in world football. Like, the Glazers have spent money. I think our problem has always been the people who are spending the money, how they're spending the money. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Glazers had 200 million in the summer to spend. It wouldn't surprise me. Do you know why? Because they've had it before. And if that means they want to keep the club and they don't want to sell the club and they want to make us happy, they will give Ten Hag another 200 million in the summer. But the problem is they might give him 200 million and we end up with someone like Harry Kane who takes like 120 of that. And we're fuming as a club because we're thinking, why are you giving our money to Spurs for? And that's the issues we've had in the past with how we spend the money. So I'm not afraid or worried about does Man United have money to buy players, because if we look at, example, someone like City, we're there or thereabouts with them and the type of money that they've spent. But look what we saw last night. You see, when I saw that football last night, I just said, Lord have mercy, we're in problems. Because Bayern Munich were levels and they lost 3-0. Like, I saw a level of football yesterday that I was thinking, we're not there yet, and we also need to spend in the summer, and we need, like, when it comes to buying players, for me, it's not only that we need to spend money, but we need people that can also kind of help Erik Ten Hag in terms of, if he doesn't get the players that he wants first, we have a good scouting network and we have culpable people who can go in and spend the right amount of money. What do I mean? If we look at last summer, yes, Erik Ten Hag got his players, but we overpaid. We can't have another summer like that. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? We could have had
also, Musa, we only got 2 of them at the end of the window when we lost our first 2 games.
And look at that. So if we had, culpable people within the right positions, we could have had 50, 60 million for January of what we overspent in the summer that could have got us those players like Felix that you lot know I keep on talking about.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the money. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So again, I'm not afraid or worried, are we going to have money in the summer if we don't get the sell pushed through, which I think is going to happen. The problem is, are we going to spend it right again? Or are we going to see Erik Ten Hag, going in for his players, United overspending, instead of ending up with 4 or 5 players, we end up with 3 players and we're forced to just take it on the chin like we've done well. Like, listen, after seeing that, the levels that I saw yesterday and understanding that everyone else is going to buy, you know what I'm trying to say? Newcastle's going to spend money. Spurs are in it. They're going to have to spend. Chelsea are in it. They're going to have to spend. Arsenal's going to spend. So everyone's going to spend and everyone's going to get better next season. Liverpool are planning on, changing up the whole midfield. And then here we come. We just think we're privileged or we have the right to just go and spend 2 or 3, go and buy 2 or 3 signings and just expect to challenge or expect to be up. Why should we? Like, next season, when everyone's got to understand Erik Ten Hag's way of play, they understand the manager they're going against, they understand his technical nous. Some managers might just say, it's long. I'm not playing this football with my man. I'm going straight, bang, bang, bang. We're shutting United down because Last year we didn't know what they were on. These men will play if you give them space. Hit like whatever. People are going to understand Eric Ten Hag a bit more. And if we don't hit the ground running, we can be all here scratching our heads with a lot of things to complain about. The club isn't sold. We didn't spend the money right. Eric's not hit the season ground running. We've got some injuries in the club, and everyone's thinking, "Rah, is the manager on his way out?" That quick, you know. As much as I'm happy with Eric. Things can go left very quick if we don't hit the ground running. Like this summer,
and he's kept it afloat, and he's the reason why he's kept it afloat. When you look at what he's kind of done with the spending and how late it's come. Big up Alien Tello says, I'm calling the rat removers to OT. Glazers out. And big up Masood says, Faz, Newcastle aren't in the Champions League. Makes a huge difference in signing top players. Bad example. Kaz, big up Kaz in the building. Big up to everybody who's here. Nearly 600 of you's in the chat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and the Mandem's channel. Kaz, what are you saying, man? How are you feeling about everything? I know you were super optimistic about the situation. You're very calm.
Yeah.
Has your mood changed? Has your mood influenced by things? What are you saying?
By the way, I was wanting to highlight something quickly just before I speak on that. Some people actually don't know where actually the like button is. Like, I'm being dead serious. Actually, like literally underneath your video, if you're watching on your phone, literally just flip it up and then you'll see on just underneath top left, there's a little thumb. Like, make sure that's white, the color white. That is lit up, not see-through. That would be appreciate anyone that has like the video at the moment. But no, I'm calm, man. I don't believe no one knows anything. This is what I'm saying. It's better that he's gone dead and nobody knows nothing because there was too much outrage about Ratcliffe about this. It's just bad press in the end. It just got so toxic on social media that what's the point of putting out there? Just let it be, and we'll be fine. The final bids are on the 28th. The final round. It said it's more than likely going to have to be accepted. I think Glazers have pushed all they can to get the top dollar that they can actually grab as well. And then they're going to have to accept one bid within, I don't know how long it's going to take to accept, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have to talk about it and accept it within a week or two.
Kaz. You say they're going to have to accept it. When do you accept it? They could say, we're going to wait on this one and wait till mid-May. But if they get the bids in by 28th, okay, give me a time frame then.
I feel like it will be similar to Chelsea and the club will be sold by near the end of May and go from there because everyone's going to want to plan to go forward and then you will know what funds you got available and so forth and so forth. It only makes sense. The difference with the Chelsea situation is that we actually have a board. We didn't sack the whole board and I don't think we're going to remove anybody as of yet. So we're going to have some sort of plan. We just need the funds to see if they're actually available. But what I like with Man United this time around, instead of what Musa was saying in terms of you've had the money, we've thrown the money, it's just how we spend it. It's like target 1 and 2s have been your Maguires. Target 1s have been unrealistic and you're overpaying for the odds and stuff. This time around, we're linked to Jimenez from Feyenoord, the young striker, as well as doing quite well. But he wouldn't be your first branded striker. Kirkchu as well, another like-minded midfielder that we probably could do with. Is he going to be a first-team star? If people don't know who he is, he's a Turkish guy from Feyenoord as well. He can pretty much play any role, which is quite well. First phase, second phase, 2 third. But I don't know if his first is going to be his best attribute. It's that players like that I think what makes me more interested. We don't like even if 100 million did go on Kane, I expect Ten Hag to also get in and around some cheap bargains like Malacia. Look how great he is. But yeah, we need the first teamers. That's the option. Who's going to be the first team? For me, I just care about getting a backup striker and a centre mid, like a first teamer one. That's all I care about. And then the rest can come your backup DMs, a backup centre back, and other positions that we might be looking at. Maybe right back is another area where I think we need to improve on massively when we go on attacking. 200 million should sort that all out. If we're being honest, we shouldn't need 300 million like Chelsea, 600 million to go forward for next season. Is it going to be all gravy? I'm not too sure. But we just don't know because we are with our debt in what we owe in transfers at the moment exceeds 300 million. How does that come into play with all financial fair play is another situation. What are our revenues? No one knows the current revenues and the profits of this season currently so far. So no one knows anything.
We're losing 2 million a week at the moment.
We might be broke.
We're losing £2 million a week at the moment, reported by the Athletic already.
There you go then. So £2
million a week in loss every week.
This is what I'm saying.
Crazy, man.
The only way we might be able to fund it. summer window is through sales.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's sales. If you want to get there's a lot to do, man, and that's where Musa was talking about. If you're saying sales, if you're saying by the end of May you hear things and whatnot, mid-May, you got to get sales done. You got to get targets ready. You know what I mean? He might want a new director of football. I personally want Myrtle and whoever's over there to get out because we want a fresh start. It's gonna have to be a fresh start. You can't have the people who have been doing the wrong jobs or the wrong kind of situations, Tyrone, doing it again. So there's a lot to do before you do, you know what I mean? Before you get, it's not just a case of buying players. There's a protocol in it, and that's where I think that's where the issue is.
It is 100%, and you think about it as well. What if in hindsight, if we get to Europa League final, we're talking the first week or the last week of May, start of June, basically. So our season won't finish until then. You then go off for a month, and then you're back in for pre-season. What, July the 1st, and then the season starts August the 12th or whatever it is. That's not really a huge turnaround because the main thing for me is that we signed Eriksen, and like Musa was saying, when we look at the signings we made last season, whether people think they're a success or not, we signed the Casemiros and Antonys after we had lost our first 2 games of the season. So maybe if things didn't work out like that, we might not have even signed Casemiro. We tried Eriksen in a 6, didn't work and whatnot. Tried him in an 8 against the Brentford game, didn't work. And then he was like, we need to sort out this midfield. So we signed Casemiro. The problem for me is that with this manager, we know that this manager is like a systems manager. We know that Ten Hag likes a certain profile. Ten Hag likes to coach players. He doesn't want to just bring people in and just, throw them in straight away. We had McTominay starting for 5-6 weeks before Casemiro even actually got a full start and started actually being the main man in that midfield. So for me, we need to get this process kind of cleared up before the end of May because Ten Hag will want these signings in so he can bed them in over the pre-season. We don't want to be in that situation again where we start poorly and then we're panic buying at the end of August because we're not in a position that we should be in with the team we want. So for me, the wheels need to start moving. I don't expect anything, obviously, from the end of April, but I do expect in May, when the season starts coming to a close, that the board and us as fans start finding out more because the focus will start deteriorating from the games towards the end of the season and the ownership. Right now, we're in a stage of the season where we've got a Europa League quarterfinal, we've got an FA Cup semi-final coming up, we've got a top 4 still to fight for. We're playing every 3 days, so you kind of get a bit of news, you get drip fed with a bit of news about the ownership, but then look, we're already thinking about tomorrow, really. And then on Sunday, we're thinking about Nottingham Forest, and then we've got the second leg, and then we've got the FA Cup semi-final. So the games are coming thick and fast that kind of allow the distraction and allow the process to kind of come to a standstill, like Cass is saying at the moment, where no news is good news. But once you get to the end of April, you could be out the Europa League, you could be out the FA Cup, and then you're just focusing on top 4. There's more room then for news to be published. There's more time for people to sit around and wait for stuff. We need to see something actually happening. And I'm just worried that, like Musa said, and what I said at the start before Musa joined, that the longer we leave this, the longer it then delays the Ten Hag process. And the last thing I want to do, like I'll keep saying, is annoy the manager because the manager's over-exceeded with the club already in terms of the players we've got. And next season, other teams are going to improve and we want to improve. We're potentially, I'll say, I'm actually 90% sure that we get top 4. We're going to be in the Champions League next year with the Bayern Munichs, with the Man Cities, with the Real Madrids, with the Barcelonas who will strengthen, and the rest of the teams, the PSGs and so forth. I don't want to be like a Tottenham. And let me be real with you. I'm not saying that our squad is like a Tottenham, but I don't want to be in a position where we're in the Champions League because we're in the Champions League. Let's enjoy it. But we don't have no expectation or belief as fans, Saeed, that we can actually go far. I've said in multiple streams here, and the people might come at me now and say I'm delusional. I don't think the standard of the Champions League this year has been that elite. I know the game between Man City and Bayern was quality, but I actually said, you know what, if we played Bayern over 2 legs, or we played Real Madrid over 2 legs, the way Ten Hag with a fully fit squad can get this team drilled. We've beat City, we've beat Liverpool, we've beat Arsenal. I said that over 2 legs, I don't fear anyone. I'm not saying we could win it, but I don't fear anyone. Next year, I want to be in that competition with a squad and signings made that I'm going into that competition thinking, do you know what? We can go far in this. I don't want to be a Tottenham and just take part and I'm going to get a bit of money. Then next year we try and qualify for top 4 again.
The gap is big.
The gap isn't that big. Bro, the gap isn't that big and people need to realize that. I know we're not there yet, but the gap can be made up and we get the ownership sorted out and we spend the money in the right areas. Then Ten Hag has a bigger process in terms of a longer process in terms of integrating them. I don't think that if the owners don't come in, we don't spend the money. I just feel like as a manager, there's not a question about the money, if that makes sense. I feel like if we get owners in, I feel like Ten Hag will speak with them and they'll be like, right, what do you want? This is the outline of the policy. Go and get your players. And I feel like there's a smoother transaction. It's not like I'm going to the cash point and then the cash point's not working, so I've got to drive to the next one around the corner. I just want to go to the cash point, get my money out and move on. And I feel like if we have new owners that can do that and they're back in the process like Ten Hag, we can then get a thorough process. But I don't know, man. For me, I'm chilled about it because I believe that the sale will happen. And obviously there's a long way to go. But I kind of feel like, Saeed, for me, it's mad. But to wrap it up, I kind of feel like it's when before the Glazers announced their sale, I kind of feel like that's how it is now for me with the sale process. I'm tired of talking about it a bit. Like, no disrespect. Obviously, I get it. You got to do it for the streams and people want to hear about it. But it's kind of like, we know what the problem is right now. We know what the issues are. We know that there's going to be a third round of bidding. Let's just wait and see what happens. We can and but we don't know the facts behind the scenes and what's going on. So let's focus on a big game that we've got tomorrow that can help get us, hopefully, put us on the path to the semi-final. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Man United fan. What do I want to do? I don't care about the business that goes on. I'm not there to watch the meetings. I want to watch my football club. I want us to win trophies. I want to see attacking football. I want to see Martial, Sancho, and everyone performing and scoring goals. That's what I want.
Fact, it's true. No, I hear you, man. For what we can control now is on the pitch, and that's what we're doing right now. Big up to Mumsy TV. Big up my guy, man. Even if we get someone in the summer, it will take a year or so to see huge changes. We'll need to sell and buy new players. Can't do that in a 2 window. Yeah, that's absolute facts, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why, the quicker they come, the quicker they can identify things and and prioritize things. So yeah, big up to this
as well. I'll let you read out. It's a tyrant. How are you saying we're overachieving? We're Man United, not Spurs, mate. This is the bare minimum for us to finish in the top 4 and win a trophy. You say that now when we're in April. At the start of the season, and me and Cass have done plenty of streams together before we started doing the Saeed streams and Faz and stuff. We said we'd take top 6 and a domestic trophy. That's how we felt at the start of the season. Of course, we want to finish in the top 4, and right now we should be finishing in the top 4. But you can't say that Ten Hag has not exceeded his expectations by getting to Europa League quarterfinal, FA Cup semi-final, winning a Carabao, and being in the top 4. Don't be greedy just because our name's Manchester United. We're not entitled to anything, by the way. We still have to work for it, and I believe Ten Hag has worked for it, and we've done better with him than we would have done with probably any other manager out there that was gettable. So, yes.
Absolutely. Let's move on to and by the way, big up to everybody that's still watching right now. Keep hitting the like button on the video.
Yeah, man.
What's crazy, by the way, is that throughout all of this, there's kind of things dripping into the media that obviously you heard of Jude Bellingham yesterday. Liverpool can't afford him. Liverpool are not in for him. And the latest is that Erik Ten Hag wants Man United to battle neighbours, City and Real Madrid for Jude Bellingham. His words
come out. This must have been in the last hour.
Yeah, in the last hour. It was this morning. It dropped out. It dropped out in the Telegraph last night, but also today in the Daily Mail and also in the obviously in the latest outlets, Telegraph and whatnot.
I'm gonna see what
Faz, what are you saying? What are you saying, Faz?
Jude Bellingham, I'm all right, mate. Good player, top player, nice player, whatever. I'm all right, mate. That's me. That's if Ten Hag wants him, okay, I'll go and sit back and I'll take it and I'll let him cook. But this is me. This is Faz Hag speaking. From Faz Hag, I don't want Jude Bellingham. Frankie de Jong only. That's it. Enzo Lifi, Frankie de Jong, Caicedo, these type of players I want. Jude Bellingham, bro, I do not understand what is this unnecessary hype around him.
Because he's overrated. He's overrated, man.
Hype. And I've noticed, I'll be very honest with you, it's the Liverpool fans that created this. They packaged it in a way where they're like, look at us. Look at my new necklace. I'm about to get my new chain. I'm about to get this, this gold-plated chain, man. These men are frauds. Frauds, Liverpool fans. They changed their names to Qatari names, Arabic names on Twitter. They were changing their flags to Qatar flags on Twitter. Look at what happened. You lot are absolute shameless. Liverpool fans, Grizz especially, man. Grizz, Uncle Grizz. I love you. But Uncle Grizz, this one is on you. This one specifically, especially, is on you. Yeah, on you. Celebrate your 7-0, but hold this one as well. We will hold this one against you. Jude Bellingham. You really think Jude Bellingham is going to come to you when you don't even know what TV program you're going to watch next year on a midweek? You think Jude Bellingham is going to come to you for Carabao Cup and so that Salah and Trent are making tweets? You think Jude Bellingham is going to come to a club like this? Give it a rest. Yeah. But Man United, Frankie de Jong only. I'm tunnel vision, guys, brothers. I'm tunnel vision. Frankie de Jong will catapult us to Champions League winning level team. I'm telling you, he will not. Jude Bellingham won't. You know this. The way Frankie plays and the way Jude plays is different ball game. Let's be honest. It's total different ball game, especially in the system that we play now. I would much rather, and people might get onto me, I would much rather take Gravenberg than this guy, Jude Bellingham. I would much rather take Gravenberg.
Swear down.
He's right though, because this is where people don't understand football.
I don't just look at the player. I look at what it's gonna benefit the team as the team. How can it benefit Martial? How can it benefit Bruno? Imagine Bruno now playing deeper if you have a Frankie de Jong to help him when Casemiro's not available. I'm looking at it as a team. Stop just looking at it as just a player alone, man. So that's my thing. I'm not interested in Jude Bellingham. I think, Ten Hag as well is very clever. He looks at one player, ends up buying some different players. So
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm not bothered. Yeah.
Big up HK Music says Mane punched up Sané last night after buying got smacked. I don't know if you guys heard about that, by the way. There was a bus
I heard that on the plane or something like that.
No, it was on the pitch, and then after that, I don't know what happened after that, but yeah, man, that man had a bus stop and that. You know what's crazy? I actually seen Mane a bit disgruntled with Tuchel before he came on, so I don't know if he was like pissed off as it is anyway.
Should have started anyways.
Hey, he didn't start exactly.
Why are you putting that up front?
He's actually not been starting for him. I don't think he's feeling him, to be honest. Tuchel's.
He's not really hit the heights anyway. Well, you know what I mean, where he's left. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's again injury. You know what I mean? Since the injury, he's not been playing well. Before the injury, you'd argue he was actually doing well. So big up Masood. He says, don't want him. If we spend 120 million on Jude, we will not buy any striker we desperately need. We have prioritized no fact. I'd rather spend 120 million on Osimhen. That's my own opinion. But then again, people want generational talent. I don't see generational talent in Jude Bellingham. I see a very good player, a very promising player. Kaz, what are you saying? Jude Bellingham?
No chance. I've been vocal. The guy, it's not what Liverpool needed either. It's probably a blessing in disguise for them, anyways, and also definitely not for us. We need a first phase player, and if you can't get, and it's so hard to get a first phase player in this day and this market, then go get me a second phase player that can do the first phase. Quadio Kone is out there, by the way. I think he can definitely be molded into that potential to pick up the ball from the defenders or the keeper. That's what we need. I want to control. I want to see Casemiro making tackles, not just in our half, in the other half. You know what Fred does. So Gravenberch is a great shout. De Jong is my only shout. Enzo Lafite, again, I think he's more of a second phase more than a first, but I think he can be molded into the first phase because he playmakes. We need a playmaker. It's as simple as that. Bellingham is a luxury player. That's all it would be. And that would be, shirt sales, revenues. He'll get loads of this, that, and the other. It don't make no sense. Maybe the person to take over Bruno Fernandes in a couple seasons or so, if he's still available, might be a Jude Bellingham. That's when it would make sense. But you don't bring in a £120 million player to put him on the bench or to play him anywhere near the bench. You're just doing what Chelsea do with Mudryk for 100 million. It makes no sense. Guys are already a superstar, Bellingham. So what's he going to do on the bench? I do think he ends up, I've been saying that, I think he ends up going to Real Madrid. Being very vocal on that. I said, I don't see Liverpool getting it. I was so vocal on this at the stream. I think he goes Real Madrid. He completes the midfield.
I think he goes Man City.
Yeah, he might do, but he might want to come home. And then he might go to Man City later in life or something like that. I mean, Real Madrid later in life.
Goes the other way.
It makes sense for the last 2 years that Pep is going to stay in the Prem. It makes sense for his development to learn under him and become the player that they'll need. And it will cook under them. Bellingham, Haaland linking up once again. There you go. So I don't want him. Luxury player. Overrated for what he currently is, in my opinion. I think he's a very good player. But it's true. Liverpool fans have painted this guy to be the problem solver that they need. By all means, go buy him. Please go buy him. Because all this time when Trent was taking him Nando's and Jordan Henderson was grooming him in the England camp and everything, What for? Now you look like idiots. What for?
In the toilet and that are you trying to say, man? Big up HKM Music. We need 2 midfielders in the summer. Mine would be Caicedo and Valverde or Manu Kone. And big up one of the members of the channel. He's saying unpopular opinion, De Jong is overrated in my opinion. You know what? Let me ask you a question.
For a reason, Shane. That's an unpopular opinion because it's unpopular for a reason.
What was it? Was it unpopular? What was the unpopular opinion?
He said Frankie De Jong is overrated. Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that's why it's unpopular. Yeah.
Big up Zigo. Big up to listen. When you look at it, Tyrone, no, if the manager's after him, listen. Okay, this is obviously the reports and whatnot we're hearing. But if the manager is insisting on him and he wants to buy him and whatnot, it's one of them. Like you can't disagree with the manager. I would disagree him right now. I don't think right now that's the sort of player we need. Like I said, it's a first phase player. We need we need someone that can control the game. We need a dictator. Like I think. 100%. Like I said to you, what Bruno Fernandes is offering us right now, I get it. I think Maddison for me in that 10 role would be an option for me in the summer as well. What we need is a first phase. For me, McAllister's another one as well. I think McAllister is one I would be.
He's not first phase. He's better.
I think for me, he would offer us something better than what Jude Bellingham is offering.
I'd agree with that. I think McAllister actually offers more than what Bellingham does to this football team, and also. He is rounded as well. We saw him playing that role deep for Argentina and they won a World Cup. Do you know what I mean? So we know he can do that. We know he's got the ability. He's got that level. He plays in a De Zerbi team as well. So McAllister, I understand the signing and also it would be a cheaper option. I just feel like with Bellingham, he's the type of midfielder you get when your midfield is sorted out and he's kind of the icing on the cake. And that's why if you're Man City and you know you've got Rodri there already, you know you've got De Bruyne there, you've got Foden that can come into number 8, Grealish could potentially come in central, then Bernardo Silva obviously might leave, but you know, you've got a Rodri, De Bruyne and then a Bellingham on top. That's why you sign him because the midfield is there. It's grounded for him. With Man United, we know that you take Casemiro out the side, already we see the holes. We see our team not functioning right. And that's why we need depth. And it goes back to the perfect example. Liverpool need 2 or 3 midfielders. I would go close to saying that Man United are in the same position of needing at least 2 midfielders. And that's why they're not getting Bellingham. I would rather see Liverpool, the rivals, get Bellingham, knowing that they still need another 2 midfielders because he is not going to be the solution to the issues. The same way Bellingham would not be the solution to us. Does he make us better? Of course he does, because if it's Casemiro and Bellingham, of course Bellingham's got the legs. We need a ball carrier. We need someone that can run with the legs and the energy. And I do like that side of his game. However, the other side of it is Man United don't control games. We don't have someone like a Michael Carrick that can come to get the ball deep because Casemiro is not that player. People get confused with defensive midfielder and a deep line playmaker. The football where we start from, David De Gea, for example, he normally passes to Martinez. Martinez then doesn't really know, other than Eriksen, who to pass it to. We need someone that can get the ball off that back 4 and control the game. Casemiro is there to make the tackles, break up the play. He's not there ever at Real Madrid getting the ball as a first phase midfielder. It was always Cruz or it was always Modric. And let's say people get confused. And we need that type of player. De Jong loves getting the ball from deep. He said it in interviews before. He loves coming, for even the Netherlands, getting the ball from deep. So he would be a player that I would definitely look at. And if not, I've always said he signed a new contract until 2027. But if you guys watch Lyon, there's a player called Max Cacaret. And I love Cacaret. He's a player that's not really spoken about in the leaps and the high bounds.
Signed a new contract though, innit?
Yeah, he signed a new contract. But I'll be honest with you, if Man United come in, no football player is going to say no to Man United when you're playing for Lyon. So for me, if Man United was smart, you could go and get maybe a De Jong and a Cacaret, or get a Cacaret and a Gravenberch, because then you've got 2 different profiles. Cacaret, who's a bit like a Verratti,
Cacaret,
games, or you can get
and also Cacaret in the Champions League. Lyon are not fighting for Champions League.
Not in the Champions League.
My only issue with Cacaret is I think there's a good reason why. Like, his short passing is great, but his long range of passing is a bit suspect when you need to ping him. And we got a big pitch at Old Trafford, by the way.
I agree. I do agree with that sense of it, but I do believe in the way Ten Hag wants to play. If Cacaret can get the first phase midfield into the Brunos and punch it into the midfield, then I'm not.
What about Kovacic? He wants to leave Chelsea. I like Kovacic. I don't think he's injury prone.
You know what injury record's done for Newcastle. Great player, but the injury record's done. I wouldn't mind a Cacaret, and then a Gravenberch. Then you've got 2 profiles, a tidy sort of a right, you can control the game, but then you've got someone that can ball carry. Saeed, I watch our midfield and we have no one like a Kovacic type of player that can run from that side of the half to that side of the half. Pogba was great at it. You get Pogba and he's driving at players when he's fully fit. Yaya Toure, they take 2 or 3 players out the game, and you're like,
Pogba is my Martial, man. You know how you have Martial?
Yeah, fans, bro.
Pogba,
yeah,
man.
And by the way, you Samuel Lucas. He said that.
You know what I mean?
Can you? I was going to say, can you imagine if Pogba didn't leave and we?
I know exactly. I know.
I can't believe it, man.
Casemiro and Pogba, and you think
his body's broken now. Pogba's body's broken.
And the box to box, but
Pogba had that ability. Pogba's body's broken. What's Martial's body?
Let me get this. Big up AJ says he's final third. Yeah.
Oh, go on, Saeed.
No, up to you, man. He's a final third player. AJ says English media love him. Samuel Lucas with the Pogba agenda. This is crazy, man. Again, the disrespect that Pogba got is mad. To kind of say that he's even similar and he would give the same impact that maybe Pogba didn't. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying to you? It's crazy, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, Saeed. I'll just quickly say, if we got Bellingham and we got then a deep line playmaker, oh my God, I'll be in heaven because we've got a box-to-box runner. But I don't believe that we're going to be able to get both. That's the issue.
No, absolutely not. Masood says here, Faz, why keep begging the girl that keeps rejecting you? She don't want you like Frankie de Jong don't want us. Let him go, bro.
People don't understand, but people don't understand. It's
not let me tackle this one.
When there's 17 million on the line, man.
Hold on, let me tackle this one because I know how to tackle this. This is the same brother that got rejected in school, and now he's sat single. Look at him. He's sat single. If only you fought a little bit harder, you could have had, they call it childhood sweetheart. First, point one, Frankie de Jong is no randomer to Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Get this through your skull. Frankie de Jong is no randomer. Do you understand? It's not a random player. Frankie de Jong became Frankie de Jong under Erik Ten Hag. He didn't just become Frankie de Jong through thin air. He didn't. So Erik Ten Hag and Frankie de Jong have a very special relationship, even more love than Ten Hag has for Martial. That's one.
Yeah.
And two, Frankie de Jong stayed in Barcelona for the lifestyle, for the money. If we are willing to have Qataris, we are willing to pay the money. So pay the guy what he wants and bring him. That's the
thing is, he don't want to leave, man. I genuinely think he don't want to leave.
Yeah, no, you guys are saying, look, his wife doesn't.
We're not beggars. We're not this. You're broke. First and foremost, you're broke. Your owners are broke. You don't have a choice but to beg. We begged Weghorst. You lot wanted a striker, and you got a striker from Alibaba, and you lot happy with that, aren't you? I'm tired of Toyota Prius. I want to drive Ferraris and Lamborghinis, man. I'm tired of these law and their Weghorst prop and all of this, man.
It took you a while to realize.
Let me be with my fine John in my Ferrari and Lambo, and let these man be single and take the bus and the Manchester transportation. Transport of Greater Manchester.
Listen, man, nothing wrong with transport, man.
I am going and kidnapping.
Yeah, I can't lie. I think his girl controls what's going on at the moment. She was quite. Like you see it as well when it was Man United versus Barcelona. She wants to stay. She wants to stay in Spain, man.
Did you not see? Okay, Frankie de Jong wanted to stay in Barcelona for what? Champions League. What happened? We are the ones, yeah. So she stayed with her man for that lifestyle, only for us to come and slap your man in front of you.
I think there was a few factors. Frankie de Jong. He wasn't too sure Man United were going to succeed, and I think two.
Barcelona.
I like to tell people this over and over again. Yeah. If someone owes you 17 million pounds,
you ain't going.
Where are you going, bro? Don't say, he's a footballer, he's on this. No, 17 million pounds in full, no tax, full money. Yeah. It's like, if someone owes you about 10k and they live a few doors down or something like that, you're waiting for that money, G. You're not going nowhere. You're waiting for that money.
Trust me. That money is getting landed. The package is getting landed, and then he's coming. He has to.
The thing is, though, we don't even know if de Jong's got his money yet.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got 3 years left on his contract, though.
Bro, I tell you what, de Jong got his money because they took mine and Saeed's money. They took mine and Saeed's ticket money, bro.
You know what?
Also, last one, they have to raise up 200 million euros.
I know. But they're getting Messi, man. If they want Messi, they have to sell de Jong. That's all I say. They have to sell de Jong. If they want Messi, they'll try anything to get Messi. Priest of Banter says here, Bellingham English tax is a problem with the price tag. He can get free midfield gems for a lower league. United have to learn from the Pogba saga. Listen, we are 100% as Tyrone make sure Martial's okay. We're gonna talk about Man United now.
Fluffing him up,
Let's talk about it, man. Because for me, we've heard now the manager said that Rashford is out for a couple of games. Hopefully he's back for next weekend, man, because we need him. Listen, that's a good point, man. If he's out for the next few games, he could be out of the semi-final, because
I think he goes on the bench. I don't. I think I told you. See, the thing is, there's a difference between a strain and a pull. Don't risk him against Nottingham Forest and the Sevilla legs. I think we got more than enough firepower. Garnacho should be back as well. I think this week he was meant to be in training. Is he been extended? All right, it's been extended. Cool. So we got more than enough firepower to beat Sevilla. Sevilla are not great, and yes, in the Europa League they're great. But this season, Sevilla is different. Sevilla. We dismantled all the Spanish sides that have come at us. Yeah. So on that notice, there's no issue or reason why Sancho, Martial, and Anthony cannot go beat them, and we're gonna play a lot more retentive football, by the way. So
goals.
I think Rashford, knowing Rashford the way he is as well, he's gonna want to play and get fit quick. He's having a great season. I think he'll be on the bench for Brian, but if he doesn't, again, we should have more than enough firepower to get over the line in this cup competitions because we're good in cups. We turn up. Yes, we didn't turn up against Fulham, but all the other games we were very good. So I don't want to hear that noise. We should. If we can't, okay, he's our goal scorer, but our defense has been quite clean in other than separate games. Go get that. Go get it done. Go show people why you don't need Rashford in the team always to win. That's the way I look at it. And I'd rather not rush him back because it's a good thing. It's just a strain and not a pull. Because if he pulled it, he's gone for 4 to 5 weeks.
Yo, Ty, make sure that pillow don't fall, man. He might get injured.
let me bring Rashford's out, Musa. Just worry about the goals. Can they step up? Can the Martial step up? Can these lot step up? Anthony, you know what I mean? Weghorst is obviously he might be
his boy Sancho, of course.
Sancho as well. Can he step up? Because listen,
Sancho's cooking. That's what I'm saying.
No, but whenever you think of Rashford, though, he's been a source of our goals. And you know what I mean? I look at this season. He's got, I don't know how many goals he's got this season. Let me go check right now, Musa. He's got 15 in the league, 6 in the Europa League. So it's a lot of goals he's got, man. You know what I mean? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Martial's already proven that he can do what he's gonna do. I think Martial will score goals. I think he's clinical in front of goal. Sancho and Annie look much better in that position-based type of football we were playing. I feel like we just got to keep Weghorst on the bench. As long as we do that, I'd rather play Alanga up front. Where's Alanga before I'm bringing on Weghorst? I'm not really. I'm telling you.
What from the
start? Where's Alanga?
This guy is the top red.
Not from the start. Off the bench. I'm just saying before I bring on Weghorst, I'll rather play it because I want it to be more fluent up front. I want it to be more pace. I think Weghorst just changes the way we play. Am I saying that if you bring on Alanga that he's going to bang in goals? No, but I think he's going to allow Sancho and Anthony to do what they do and what they're good at. So I just feel like Weghorst, for me, I don't want to see Weghorst starting anytime soon, bro. That's all I'm saying to the Mandem. I just don't want to see him.
He already said that Martial's fit to start tomorrow.
No, he never said that.
Martial starts.
Yeah, no,
He did.
Yeah, and he said he's fit to start.
Believe in the project, brother.
I wouldn't. I don't want to.
I watched the press. I watched the presser.
He did.
I don't want him to. Maybe go get 2 goals if possible. Hopefully, inshallah, and then bring on Alanga or something like that.
Take him off. We have to start him. Let's be honest, right? The truth is, forget the Martial in or out. People want him gone in the summer. Forget that. We're talking about tomorrow. Martial has come back and played 30 minutes. Ten Hag has managed it perfectly. He's played 30 minutes against Everton, got his goal. He played 30 minutes the other day, the game before that. Big up Charlie. Big up Charlie. Yeah, man. Love Charlie every single time. And like he said today, Ten Hag was like, we play our best football when Martial is in the team. We know Rashford's not there and they link up great, but
Martial has to start. Martial has to start. He has to start. I'm not on this Martial coming off the bench and we're chasing.
Nah. None of that. Goal and assist, 88 every 88 minutes. He's contributing to our play. He's a fundamental link-up man. He retains the ball well, and he gives us a different option. Now, for me, playing for 60 minutes tomorrow, and hope that, of course, he stays fit, and just keep playing him for 60 minutes, like Ten Hag was doing at the start of the season, and then putting Rashford up top. But then, obviously, just change it however you want to do. We need him to stay fit while Rashford is not here, and he's a vital player if we play to his strengths, which we actually do when he's in the system.
We should play ball tomorrow. Look, Rashford's great at goal scoring, but when we talk about footballers like passing and all that retentive stuff, we should literally play ball. But this is where I say Bruno Fernandes is going to have to be very key for us, and hopefully he starts getting a little bit more.
Him and Martial work together, Cass.
Bruno Martial link up sick. Sancho Martial link up quite well. I'm really interested to see how Anthony plays.
So am I.
So he can run in behind a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more of that, like against Everton. He was doing it. I want to see that a lot more. Sevilla want to play please go play the high line that you love to play. Please.
Can I just address this comment here?
No, I think forget all of the other guys. It's all about Anthony Santos. My guy is the one who's proven in the knockout stages. It's him. In the knockouts, in all knockout competitions.
Pelestri as well. Pelestri should be good. Pelestri should be vital tomorrow.
In knockout conversation.
Pelestri, man, he needs minutes, man. That's my guy.
Yeah. Also, for the people who might not know this stat, he's won 4 out of our 8 goal of the months already. This is Anthony for you. He's won 4 out of the 8 goal of the months. So that's the crazy. He's not just scoring anyhow goals. He's scoring some serious goals as well. He's gonna turn up tomorrow. I tell you that.
Anthony,
I agree. I agree with you, Faz.
I like Anthony, man. Listen, man. Anthony's my guy, man. Big up HK Musi. Says we will be fine without Rashford. Yes, he has a United most goals, but Rashford also our most wasteful attacker. That's the other side of it. Sancho, Martial, Anthony will keep the ball and create chance for us to score. This is a good point, you know.
Right. I don't agree with this.
I think for me, you know, I don't ever say like injuries are good yet, but it is time maybe Rashford does have time away from the Man United. So Ten Hag can understand, what do I do when I don't have my main scorer?
Find other ways to win.
Yeah, but keeping the ball is one thing. Keeping the ball, but playing our best football also means running in behind when we need to actually play and create those chances. We can play our best football. Creation chances, you need pace in behind, man. That's how you do. That's how you create. Yeah, this is how you play your best creation.
I will miss Rashford.
Do you know how important it is to just, even if you waste chances, you need that constant resilience of someone running in behind.
This is why I say one player. Bruno is going to be so key to this, and he's going to have to change the way he's been playing for us again.
Okay, is Sancho going to run in behind? No. He's going to run in behind. No.
We only seen one player do that. And that was from Everton. I saw it, and it was Anthony. He started to run in behind, and
Martial played the ball.
Max is about.
No, he's not in training today, by the way.
They didn't train.
Concentrate on trying to not go over the lane, Musa. You here telling me about
Max?
No, he's got a point. Whilst McTominay is having a good purple patch. Whilst McTominay is having a good purple patch, let's be honest. Let's give him some.
I give him credit, man. But I still want him.
I'm interested. You know what? I'm very much interested to see how the team just plays without Rashford. Forget all this chance creation and blah blah blah. Because you know wingers, especially like Rashford, will have 4 shots, 3 of them off target, but that one will go in.
You know it's mad.
Like that.
You know it's mad though.
To see how this connection occurs between Anthony, Sancho, and Martial when we don't have that constant running in behind from someone who can score, some real good goals.
They're going to push up high because they know that I don't think people are going to run in behind.
Yeah.
But you know what's mad though? You see the fan base? I feel like as much as Rashford has done for us this season, I feel like the fan base is never far off ready to criticize him or to just kind of doubt his worth to the Rashford.
Rashford, okay.
I feel like the way we're speaking about Rashford in terms of we need to learn how to play with him. Sometimes he doesn't score. Sometimes he's having a load of shots, blah, blah, blah. You'd think he's just any standard player. As far as other teams are concerned or other fan base, he's our Mbappe. They wouldn't talk about him like this. So I just feel like, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I just feel like there's something about Rashford, no matter how good he is or how good he has been this season, there's something there with the fan base in terms of, is he that guy? Because he's our Mbappe. And if Mbappe is not playing for them, man, they're not thinking about, we need to learn how to play without Mbappe and Mbappe is blah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I just don't know what it is. I feel like, example, if Martial comes in and Anthony and Sancho look much better because like he holds the ball, he plays off them 1-2s. I can see a lot of people saying, "Bro, we play better without Rashford. Maybe we don't need to start." Like I can see all that.
Yeah,
and this is someone who scored a load of goals for us.
But the thing is, and by the way, big up the boss here, Salam, bro, Salam, and the panel. Big up on the chat, and remember to hit the like button. Just a fly visit. Yo, listen, the boss, appreciate that. I think that question, I can't lie, it's a good point you make there. But this is what I'm saying. This is where the manager needs to earn his money. You know what I mean? And listen, if he believes that this is happening and they've made a positive reaction, then maybe stick to it. But I just think right now, because of the contract, Musa, because of the fact that, you know what I mean, he is the main man for our goals, he's never going to say, yo, Rashford, hold back because we're playing better as a team.
Why do people still doubt Ten Hag, man? Saeed,
Exactly.
This is what gets my nerves, bro. We found a solution without Casemiro. Bruno goes deeper and then so forth, and we put someone a little bit further. You know, we got a lot of attackers. I get it, the goal scoring thing. Bro, it's time for these players to step up to show the manager, not the manager to show us what we can do.
Listen, but you know what it is though? Do you know what hurt me the other day when I found out we were only 3 points better off than last season? I just can't explain that one day. That one there hurt me a lot.
But Musa, I know that stat is crazy because we're averaging 50 points in the last 3 seasons.
How many games have we played?
You know, the way the Premier League teams are playing are changing as well. So Liverpool and Chelsea are not in this conversation.
No, but why I say that to you is that last season was our worst ever Premiership season in terms of point wise. And in terms of how we played as a team. So to only be 3 points better off than our worst Premierships attempt, but I just didn't have to digest that.
But how many points? But with how many points did we finish last season?
Exactly.
And how many games?
No, I'm with you, but I'm just saying to be with 11 games left and to have the same amount of points we had basically in our worst season, but we're so optimistic. I just thought, have we become a cup side? Where the Premiership,
you said 11 games. That's 33 points.
Yeah.
No, but I'm with you. But we have to take those points. I'm just saying to be. I'm just saying it made me feel like are we a cup side now?
Let me give you the perfect response then. Yeah. Do you believe the 08-09 team or 07-08, however you want to call it, was the best Man United team ever? Was the best Premier League side ever?
08-09.
Go on, quick one.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was one. It's arguable.
08-09 or do you mean 07-08?
Yeah, that's 07-08. So basically, that side is the greatest side that we've seen. Yeah, cool. In terms of any team in the Premier League that we've ever seen as well. Cool. We didn't finish on 100 points. We didn't do Centurions, but City did. But then the next season,
I'm not talking about the 100 points.
But seasons differ though. Points though. This is what I mean. Points hype is bollocks. Sorry for swearing. That's kind of a made up swear word. But it's not that great. Do you get what I'm saying? So my notice on that part, it doesn't matter. Points don't mean nothing because teams have got look at the bottom of the table. Everyone's on suck on 27 points or 30 points.
Mandem, Arsenal. What didn't Arsenal have 50 points by Christmas? That's the new tally. That's the new. No, I'm just giving an example. That points are, if you want to know that you're in a title race or you've hit that new standard, you need to have 50 points, 49, 48 points by Christmas.
What are we on? 53 points. We could finish the season on about 80 points if we really, or 75.
But do you think? Okay, we'll see. I just don't think. Go on.
I know the stats will send you, but we can't get bogged down with those type of nitty-gritty things because you can either translate it to the left or to the right. It's stats. You know how stats are. You can either go this way and mangle your head, or you can go this way and say, well, actually, we're in 4 competitions.
Yeah.
We're still in 4
I agree.
That's
why I said 100%. That's why I said that we're a cup side. But all I'm saying is that stat was to just bring me down on this, the manager and everything that we're doing is so superb. And
this reminded me of last week now.
Yeah, I know.
Why have we got expectations? So we have the expectation to possibly win a Europa League this year. Yeah? We should win the Europa League. Can we all agree that? Yeah, we should win it. We should.
Yeah, but we can still. No, but we can still finish. Man, we can still finish 5th with 1 cup. We can still finish 5th with 1 cup.
We could, but that's ifs. But you're doing ifs, yeah.
No, but that's a big possibility. It's a big possibility.
Yeah, but but you're saying but there's a big possibility that we finish the point this season on 70 points with 2 trophies. And at the start of the season,
cool.
Tell me where you
quick question, Kaz. Quick question, yeah. Is it more likely that Man United with the teams that's behind us, who's behind us? Who's on our next?
Tottenham.
Brighton
and Tottenham.
And Newcastle.
Brighton, Tottenham and Newcastle. Is it more likely that we're scrapping to be in the top 4 this season and we only end up with 1 trophy and we're just scrapping to get in top 4, or we pick up FA Cup and Europa League? What's more likely? Let's be honest.
But it depends how you look at it. Then I can give you a flip.
Yeah, I'm asking you from what you're seeing now in terms of how we're playing, how we have been playing.
We're getting top 4, and I believe we're going to win the Europa League. And the FA Cup is 2 games away. It's not as if we're in. You're talking as if we're in December and we've got but at the end of the season we could finish 5th and 1 trophy. We're now literally 2 games away, and obviously you're going to quarter.
No, I'm looking at the teams that's left. I'm looking at the teams that's left in the FA Cup and the Europa League. I don't think Man United just. Yeah, I don't think Man United. I don't look at us now and think we're just going to beat Brighton and Man City. What I saw yesterday from Man City is a problem, and Brighton on their own, I just feel like that's a tough game. I don't think none of us are surprised here if Man United lose to Brighton. None of us are going to be surprised.
No,
none of us.
Big
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but we've gone from a crap cool. We finished on a garbage season with Rangnick, yeah, with a garbage team overall. If we're being honest, like some on paper they are a lot better than they are. This season, you said it yourself, Ty, on last stream, bro. We were going to accept a domestic trophy and top 6 for this year.
Exactly. And this is what I was just going to come to now. Musa, the truth is, right, would I be disappointed if we don't win the Europa League? Of course I would, because we're 4 games away from winning it. Would I be disappointed if we didn't win the FA Cup because we've got 2 games to potentially win it? Of course I would. But at the end of the season, if you said, okay, right, let's reflect on the season. We won the Carabao, we got top 4, and then we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup where we lost to Brighton, and then we got to the semi-final of the Europa League because we lost to a Juve or whatever it was, whoever we play next. I wouldn't look at that and say that's a bad season. I'll say, do you know what? We had a couple needy moments. We still got over the line in one of them, and we got top 4. That's something we can work with going into the next season.
You know why I'm worried about the top 4?
Let me quickly land, because what I'm saying, what I'm trying to teach you is now, I'm trying to prepare you psychologically. If the worst happens and we do go get knocked out by Brighton, and then we do lose to Juventus in the Europa League semi-final, we get past Sevilla, I wouldn't want you to come on here and say, yeah, look, we our season's this, and you get to 10 hard, because no, at the end of the day, it's still been a good season. Because I feel like if that happens, you're going to come on in and be like, I told you. Yeah. It shouldn't be like that.
100%. And big up by the way, Hayden Music. The reason why people are getting ready to Rashford is because when he doesn't score goals, he does contribute. I've never seen a match where Rashford did not score and he played well. That's another thing.
He's got 10, 11 assists this season.
No, but I think it's more.
But you know what it is though.
The team game.
Yeah, because he's a goal scorer. There's plenty of clients from back in the day. Yeah.
Last point on this, Musa, because we're gonna get the team.
Last point is this: me and
yeah. God is good. God is good.
Me and Faz, last word. We were in the time.
Oh, he's back. You're back.
You're back.
Man talking about Weghorst, and he's on stream performing like Weghorst. Look at him. He's
He's done it.
Bro.
Let's get the team news. Let's get the team news, man. Because you know what? It's going to be a long convo, man. Let's get the team news and we're going to wrap up, get our predictions in as well. In goal, I'm guessing David Hay is in goal. Right back, Mandem. What are we saying?
It's got to be
Dallo, man. Yeah, Dallo.
I'm gonna go with Dallo this time around.
Yeah, man. Let's see what this guy's about.
I think Wan-Bissaka will play the weekend.
All right, man. Don't worry. I'll chat to Dallo anyways. I'll tell you. I'll pump him up for you guys.
I think it'd be good for his confidence to get a game, because he played a good game against Brentford. To be fair, so I think he deserves it just to keep him going and keep him fresh.
I was going to give
him do you know what? I like both of them. To be fair,
I'd rather Wan-Bissaka though, but I think Dalot might be good in the Europa League. I'll be honest.
The Europa League will be good. You don't have to pace. Yeah, you know what I mean. Centre back
Martinez and Malacia, isn't it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, short
rest. Lindelof.
Varane had a rest on the weekend. He's cool.
Yeah, Varane rested on the weekend. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Hey, come on, man. Yeah, man. Varane, Martinez, and Malacia, man. Come on.
Martinez.
You can't take this game lightly. The first leg's at Argaff.
Yeah. Malacia obviously shows out. Centre mids. Casemiro's back. So are we saying Casemiro straight in?
Wow.
I think it was Casemiro and Fred.
I've missed him, you know.
What's going on with Fred, by the way? Why is he not like? Is he? Do you reckon he's like going to be isolated out of the team now? He's not being like even getting like some.
Fred
I don't know.
Actually,
I think Fred will play tomorrow. Yeah.
Fred's one of them guys. He has a
only issue
role in it.
My only issue with this is that Casemiro hasn't played no games and Fred's barely played a game, and I don't know if that's going to be good for the midfield.
I think. What you think he's just dropping McTominay or Sabitzer like that?
No, I think no, but yeah, because Sabitzer's actually been playing minutes. We need people that are sharp now. Yeah, Fred isn't match sharp like that.
Fred is not starting. Who threw him in there?
Who?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Fred gets. I think Sabitzer. I think it's Sabitzer.
You know what? To be fair, that's probably the first time they're going to play with each other starting.
Yes.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. McTominay might be playing against Nottingham Forest, man. You never know, man.
This is time to use Fred for what Fred is great at.
When was the
come on 70 minutes and just be a bulldog?
When was the last time we saw Sabitzer and Casemiro play together?
No, because because they played like 10 minutes together in a cup game. I can't remember. I think it was back in the Carabao maybe or FA Cup. Because every time Casemiro either got sent off or Sabitzer just didn't get the game out because he just came and he was getting his fitness going.
It might not be Sabi. It might be McTominay and Cass.
It could be McTominay.
McTominay wasn't in training this morning, by the way.
Yeah, McTominay wasn't in training, so we'll assume that he's injured. Listen, Eriksen or Bruno, because Bruno doesn't get dropped, But I think Bruno will play.
Bruno's playing, man. Bruno's playing, man.
1,000,000% the first name on that sheet, man.
Exactly. Don't even messing around.
Yeah, don't even play with that, man. He'll play him left back.
Bruno dropped. Yeah. Nah, mate. Listen, Bruno.
He'll play him in goal. He'll play him in goal if the guy got injured.
I would like to see a bit of different. I would like to see a bit of a different kind of thing. I know Bruno might be there, but it'd be nice to see Bruno maybe dropping deeper. Sometimes a bit, so them two swapping.
Yeah. That's what I think we might see a bit of. Actually, played further forward a bit the other day. Actually,
I'm guessing the front three will be what everyone thinks in it. You know what I mean? Sancho
and.
Listen, I'm excited to see this, man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Are you going, Saeed?
Yeah, I'm at the game.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Faz will be there. Faz will be there 8 hours before.
I'm tempted.
As always.
I am tempted. Let me look for it.
Tomorrow I'm sat in the tunnel.
I'm looking for a ticket now, fam.
Yeah.
I got shout me. I got
it'll definitely be one.
Yeah, tell me where it is, because if it's up in the heavens, I don't want to go.
I don't sit in the heavens. I sit next to the people. Them.
McTominay's ruled out. So
there we go. Then.
Yeah.
McTominay just right now.
That's calm. Eriksen comes on 60 minutes.
God is good.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone to watch out for? I don't think there's anyone that we need to worry about, innit? Like,
there's one. El Nazir up front.
No, Cass, don't do it.
No. Wait. You're not listening to me right now. Yeah. If they pump that ball from a free kick, that guy can jump, bro.
Varane can jump.
Oh, bro, you're not listening. You said the threat. I'm giving you something. I'm telling you now. Yeah, this guy can jump. Do not give this guy where he can land on him. He will out jump Varane. This guy is a freak when it comes to jumping, bro. This is who we should have probably got to be fair.
Honestly,
Papu Gomez is always a threat, man. He's a veteran now, but Atalanta days, I remember this guy, man.
They've got Suso as well, who's quite flary, and Lamela. Suso and Lamela, they can always.
By the way, I just want to let you guys know they play Tellez at centre back. Done.
No way.
Nope.
Wow.
Let's just get the job done, man. I don't want to see none of this Sevilla or in the Europa League coming back and holding.
Yeah, no. We got. I'm gonna go with Man United to win. I reckon 3-0 tomorrow. 3-0.
They got a very good right back, but they just don't pay. So I'm gonna go. I don't think so. I think 2-0.
2-0. Faz.
2-1.
2-1. Okay. Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1.
2-1.
Can I ask one question?
Martial scoring.
Does he score?
Yes. He gets the opener. I think the opener will be Sabitzer. I don't know why. Something in my head just told me.
Yeah, I love that. Great assist the other day, Cass, actually, from him, by the way. When
this guy does not score tomorrow.
Look at why are you doing that? It's not like that, man. I'm not having it, You can't do this.
Saeed, you see before Cass?
Yeah.
Why did you not Faz, where was the energy like this when Castle's not on the stream? Now you're changing tune, huh?
Exactly.
I'm saying.
Don't make Casco rewatch it. Don't make Casco rewatch it.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
He was giving the Martial loving Cas.
Did you watch the debate show, by the way? He said, I'm sorry about Martial, he said as well.
Yo, don't say that!
Swear down.
Bro, we
No,
hate you,
clip
man.
this. Send this into the chat. I need this in the chat. I send this into
This
the
is
chat.
lies. This is lies. This is lies.
Listen, man,
I just said Martial made me smile. He made me smile, which is true. You know me, I'm an honest person. You guys call me flip flop, whatever, but I'm honest. I just be honest with you guys. Martial made me smile. He made my eyes glisten. Oh,
yeah, wow. Mid-game. Faz texted me mid-game, and now he wants to end the stream with, if he doesn't score tomorrow. Oh,
wow.
You love this.
Mad.
Listen. You all love this.
Hey, Faz, you know what, actually? Do you know what? I finished work early this week for Thursday and Friday. I'm coming on your channel Thursday or Friday. I'm coming on your channel tomorrow.
Even me, I'm coming on as well. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm there as well. Book it. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah, big up, man.
What a stream, man. Big up to everybody who's joined here. Like I said, every Wednesday, Mandem chat. It gets wild, it gets heated, but we're here every Wednesdays, man. Big up to Tyrone, Never a Foul, Trafford Tunnel. Let them know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a quick thing, man. Trafford Tunnel, Man United channel, and then obviously we've got Never a Foul, our generic football channel. Me and Cass are there every single day. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to that. Subscribe to Saeed TV, smash a like, and subscribe to Planet Faz tomorrow because we'll be celebrating Martial's goal. Big up, everyone.
Absolutely, man. The links are in the chat as well. Make sure you go follow them up, people. Faz, man, let them know what you got coming up. Big up to you.
Same as always, man. I might. Well, the gaffer's already released it. I was gonna have Twitter on a meltdown tomorrow with the Martial news.
Do it, man. Do it. keep them excited.
No, my powers. You lot. You know, not you lot. I'm saying people get on top of me saying Faz goes to the game this early. Well, they're the same people that be looking for the news, eh? These sons of bitches. They're looking for the tomorrow. Back again with the content before the game, as always, and after the game and everything. You know me. Where to find me, man. Same old, man. Same old. But Martial, man. That's a Martial. I'm just saying, man. He makes me. Oh.
I Faz, send me that ticket. I'm eyeing up the trains right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I need to see Marcel live again.
Get on that train. Get up there.
I'm at yours at 2:30.
Imagine all of this and Valverde starts. Imagine
I'm going home.
Mandem, just quick one. Anyone thinking of Chelsea surprise tonight? Was it Real Madrid easy?
Real Madrid easy.
Hala Madrid. I'm here, man. I'm late for the watch along. Hala Madrid. That's what I'm here.
Okay. Vinicius time, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Vinicius. Oh, yeah. I want to do a shameless little plug. Look, guys are all hearing it's all great, but give Never a Foul a chance, man. Go subscribe to us in the comments. Come on, man. Like people like HKN, man. You love our stuff. Honestly, it's just banter in there. Like bare bants. Trust me. You get to see a couple other content creators. We need more Man United fans on there. I'll be real. Obviously, big up AJ and the rest of them. I see all you guys in there. Crunch King, bear you, man. Don Dada as well. Love to see it, but can't subscribe, man.
Come on, man. Absolutely, man. Big up to everybody who's locked in. Like I said, bro, I'll be back in an hour. Literally an hour, people. Yeah, man. Big up Ridwan, man. My guy, Ridwan.
Oh, it's in an hour and a half.
But
where's the time gone today, man?
10 million jobs to do, so I need to. My missus is on me. I need to get this done. So yeah.
Let's wrap up now, man. Love to everybody. Bro, and like I said,
your missus is on to you. And Martial's missus is on to some. This is
We're out.
I'm out of here, man.